Fish are holding. Fish are breeding. Let's talk about it. Hello there, it's Mike with the Fish Tank Barn. I'd like to welcome you back to the first ever Fish Tank Barn breeding vlog. So if this is our first time meeting, go ahead and check out some of the other videos here on the channel. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscription button, ding the notification bell. So we're going to probably do this series at least once a month and just kind of walk through what breeding projects we're working on, kind of show you the steps that we're going through to try to get the various fish bred, show off the fry of the various fish, show how we prep them for sale, show a variety of different things here. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at some of the breeding projects that we're working on here in the barn. All right, we're going to go ahead now, and the first fish we have here is the Pseudotropheus elongatus broadzulu. Come on, you want to get your hands wet? And we're just going to grab this guy and get the eggs out. Alright, with the female safely returned, we do have the eggs now in the Zis egg tumbler. We did do a review of this fairly recently, so there'll be a link up in the top here. So let's go ahead, we're just going to wait these guys out until they hatch. The other African cichlid that we're going to strip today are the yellow labs. So this is a holding female yellow lab right here. So we're going to go ahead and catch her out and get her stripped. So after we caught her, she actually spit most of the babies out into the net. So here's a picture of some of the babies. So we're going to go ahead and transfer that to a marina breeder box. All right, we've now got the container over to the breeder box. So let's very carefully dump all the babies in. So we successfully have them all in there, so they're looking good. So we just got to get them fed and get them grown up. All right, so we're going to move on to the next project here now. This is the angelfish. So these guys have been spawning in here for quite a few months now, so it's time to get these eggs raised up and get them going. All right, the angelfish laid their eggs on this slate, so we're going to pull the slate out and get it into a bucket. All right, we do have the slate out. We do have it in a 5-gallon bucket. I've got the air stone going over the eggs now. And we did add 3 milliliters per gallon here. So let's go ahead and see how they turn out. Meanwhile here, we did start a brine shrimp culture. Just using a 2-liter pop bottle and some brine shrimp. So we'll go ahead and get that going while we wait for the eggs to hatch and become wigglers. All right, it's 3 days later now. As you can see now, we do have some wigglers. Looks like there's some on the bottom as well. I did throw in some brine shrimp to see if they took it. They didn't really take anything, but so we're going to let these wigglers go for a little bit, and we'll check back in once they've detached and become free swimming. All right, taking a look now 3 days later at the angelfish project. So I think this run is a loss. I think I did let the tank get too dirty. I didn't do the water changes like I should have. So we'll wait for them to spawn again and we'll take another run at it. I think I know what I need to do better. So it's always a learning process when you're breeding a new species. So let's go ahead and update some of the other breeding projects as well as introduce a new one. All right, so we're now looking at the Priaprychthys Nigra ventralis. It's a little live bear that comes from Colombia. It's actually one of my favorite fish here in the fish tank barn right now. I really enjoy its blue eyes, almost kind of like a Norman's lamprey killie, but it's really a fun little fish. So let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the fry that have been produced in the last few days here. All right, we're now looking at the fry here. If you follow the baby blue eyes here, they are going and hitting brine shrimp as they come through the flow. I just did feed them some baby brine shrimp out of the hatchery. So definitely a fun little fish. Excited to make quite a few more. All right, we're now looking at the yellow labs that we pulled earlier in the week. They're growing quite nicely, actually. I think they've about doubled in size or more. So you can see there's a little bit of mulm in the tank. I just was cleaning the mulm out. So give these guys about a week or two, and I can move them into a grow-out tank. All right, we've now moved on to the Pseudotropheus interruptus chismulu. So these were from the eggs that we saw in the Zist egg tumbler product review video. I also do want to mention that I am feeding them about twice a day, feeding them both the aquarium co-op fry food as well as some baby brine shrimp when I harvest it when I was playing around with the angelfish. Well there folks, I do hope you enjoyed this video on the Fish Tank Barn channel. If you did, so go ahead and hit the subscription button, ding the notification bell, so you don't miss any of the weekly videos we put out here on the channel. We do go live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, so join us for that as well. So with that being said, stay fishy, keep on breeding. We do hope to see you on the next video.